Hey, Strike Brigade, how you doing? I'm Specialist Joe Padula with the 2nd Brigade Public Affairs Office, and this is Strike Zone Afghanistan. Strike Zone Afghanistan is the Brigade's TV show dedicated to keeping you, the viewer, up to date with all the great things Strike Brigade is doing right here in Kandahar, Afghanistan. On it, I'm going to introduce some pretty cool things, like key events, some great training, words of wisdom, and a look at the history of where we are. So stick around and enjoy a great show about the 101st, one and only Strike Brigade. Absolutely. The Transfer of Authority ceremony, also known as a TOA, is one of the first events a unit does once in theater. Specialist Mike Monroe has more.
1st Strike has taken control of the Zari district in the Kandahar province of Afghanistan. In a Transfer of Authority ceremony, 112 Infantry signed command of the area over to the 1st of the 502nd.
The men and women of 1st Strike on this historic day assume responsibility to protect the people, strengthen the local government, and help build a stronger economic environment in East Zari.
1st Battalion had been operating in the area prior to the Transfer of Authority and will continue to secure the district.
We're improving on our footprint right now. Force protection, ensuring that our soldiers are protected from the enemy forces on all the FOBs and COPs that we have throughout the AO of Zari.
The remainder of Strike Brigade will follow 1st Battalion and will assume their place throughout the province as a landowning unit. From Kandahar Airfield, I'm Specialist Mike Monroe.
Yeah, Specialist Monroe, great story. And with 1st Strike leading the way, forget about it. Now, Kandahar Airfield is where all units operating in this area go first. Here they do some great training and acclimatize before heading out to their assigned bases. Take a look at some of the Strike soldiers here at CAF. Kandahar Airfield is a military base located just outside the capital city of Kandahar and is attached to the Kandahar International Airport. The airport was built in the 1960s for commercial traffic, but has since been redesigned for both commercial and military flights. Currently, Kandahar Airfield is maintained by the Canadian Armed Forces, and with the recent surge of troops, a large presence of NATO's International Security Assistance Forces are now there. The base is prominent for the U.S. and Canadian forces, but many different soldiers from many different nations are there as well. You got the Brits, the Australians, soldiers from countries like Belgium, Bulgaria, Denmark, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Romania, Slovakia. Look at the size of this list. Hoofa! Now some are stationed here, and some are in transit preparing to go to their forward operating bases and combat outposts. But before leaving this base, they must complete some crucial training. One of the required courses is vehicle rollover training, where soldiers receive great information on the hows, the whys, and what to do when a vehicle rollover happens. After the instruction part of the course, they enter a simulator which takes the soldiers inside a mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicle, also known as an MRAP, and experience for themselves what to do in an overturned situation. Private Dennis Peterson of Strike's Headquarters and Headquarters Company said that the hands-on training is what really made it special and is more confident now than before. Another class of soldiers must go through is the Counter Improvised Explosive Devices course, and this is a big one. Countering IEDs is what all soldiers operating in Kandahar must be aware of, and the course provides in-depth information. Soldiers are taught how to identify IEDs, how they are made, with what materials, how to locate where they are, and how to handle a situation when alerted. The course even has actual explosives found right here in Kandahar, unarmed of course. The course and its instructors provide great training that makes sure their students are ready to operate in the province. Kandahar Airfield is a unique base with many valuable assets and continues to better soldiers every day. Strike. Deployments at times can be difficult and stressful. Here to advise us with some words of wisdom is Chaplain David Beavers.
Hello, I'm Chaplain Beavers, and I'd like to take a few moments to talk with you in regard to how you can have successful communication with your strike soldier in Afghanistan, and for our soldiers here to have successful communication with those that we care about back at home. Perhaps there's nothing quite as frustrating as waiting in a long line to make a phone call home and, well, things just don't quite work out right. You had expectations up here, perhaps your family or friends or loved one had expectations over here, and for whatever reason the two never connected. And that phone call that you were so looking forward to ends up becoming something that was, well, less than positive. I think a key to remember to have successful communication would be the acronym PEELS. You peel back an orange to eat it. To have successful communication, let's peel back those layers that would serve as barriers between us and success. The first layer would be the P, in regard to preparation. Go on and jot down things you would like to share with those that you care about, things that are important to you, sights, sounds, smells, things that you want to make sure that when you have the opportunity to speak with that one that you care about, you're able to share them. Expectation management would be what the E is in PEELS. What is it you expect from the phone conversation? Is it merely to call up and wish a happy birthday, to say hey, to spend a couple of minutes on the line, or is it really to reach something in depth, something you really need to share? Manage your expectations and success can follow. Regrettably, not every conversation that you have is going to be wonderful and fantastic. You'll have some that are great, some that are less than great, and a whole lot in between. Let's manage what we expect, and when we manage it successfully, we can have a successful experience on the telephone. Let's take a look also at engaging. There's no telling what the person's going through on the other end. They might be in the middle of a tornado warning. It could be that the kids have just gone to sleep. It could be the soldier has just come off of a mission and their adrenaline is rushing, but those back at home have just gone to sleep or just awakened from a nap. Take the time for the small talk. Don't just start with your list of what it is you want to talk about. Find out what's going on, what they're thinking, what they're feeling. The L in PEELS would be listen. Listen with your heart. Your soldier, those people you care about, your friends, your relatives, your family members, they care about you. Listen with a heart that realizes they care. They're not purposely asking questions to dig at you, or they're not purposely saying things because they know something someone else has told them. Take the time to listen, and if something doesn't quite make sense or doesn't quite strike you the right way, don't hesitate to ask. That would be part of the S, which is sharing. Share your feelings, your thoughts, your concerns. Do keep in mind Operation Security, and there are some things that we can't share, but share who you are and care for the person on the other end of the phone. If we remember PEELS, I believe you can have a successful conversation with that person that you care about, whether it be the soldier here in Afghanistan or whether it be those that are supporting us diligently back at home. I thank you for your service, and thank you for all you do.
Great looking out, Chaplain. Your input is vital to the mission. And bada bing on the acronym, sir. Now, Kandahar has seen more than its fair share of history. Staff Sergeant James Hunter has more.
Kandahar is one of Afghanistan's 34 provinces and is located in the country's southern region. It shares a border with Pakistan and has a population of over 900,000 people, most of which live within the capital city of Kandahar. Both the province and its capital have deep roots in history and is one of the oldest settlements known to man, dating back to 5000 BC. Due to its strategic location in Asia, connecting the southern, the central, and the southwestern parts of the continent, it has been a frequent target for conquest by many civilizations throughout its existence. The Persians originally controlled the region, and then the Greeks. The list continues. From Indian emperors, Arabian kings, to Ottoman sultans, including history's most famous leaders like Alexander the Great and Genghis Khan, many cultures have impacted the area. In recent history, Kandahar has seen British empires and Soviet occupiers, Mujahideen rebels and Taliban rule. Even today, with Afghanistan's current president, Hamid Karzai, who was born and raised inside these Kandahar borders. With Kandahar International Airport being the busiest one-runway airport in the world, Kandahar University enrolling the men and women from the local populace, and its booming capital city being a major trading center for the nations of Asia, Kandahar is a historical place that is modernizing with time, and the Strike Brigade will be there with each new step it takes.
You ain't kidding, Staff Sergeant Hunter. Kandahar is deep in both history and tradition, and the 2nd Brigade is proud to be a part of it. Well, as you can see, the Strike Brigade is doing its part in Operation Enduring Freedom, and will continue to do so throughout its deployment. Well, hey, thanks for checking us out, and thanks for all that you do. And remember, we are Strike Soldiers. I'm Specialist Joe Padula with the 2nd Brigade Public Affairs Office, and I'll talk to you later. Absolutely.